In this video, I'm going to review a student of mine's full application process for looking for developer jobs. I take the last 3 jobs he's applied for and I look into his GitHub, his LinkedIn, his resume, his covering letters, everything. And I give him a full comprehensive review. And I even give him some recommendations on what to do going forward. So this could be useful for anybody who's in the same boat, who's been applying for jobs for the last several months and has not heard anything back. This is going to put you into the mind of a hiring manager. As someone who spent time as a lead software engineer and a hiring manager, these insights are going to be invaluable. And it's going to be like peeking through the curtain and seeing how it all works. So take a look at this video and I hope it's useful. Let's review the GitHub. So we've got a number of dividers here. So we probably only need one divider. You've got one here and a thicker one here. Probably get rid of the thicker one, keep the thinner one. I love how short it is. It looks great. You've got a lot of good tools here. What I would do is, if it's possible, if you add a hover title on these, so if you hover over, people know what it is. But otherwise, generally, it's fine. People who are hiring managers will look at this and know what you're talking about. So this is Django, this is Vercel, this is Bootstrap, Tailwind, etc. Now, I probably have a little bit more information here. Anything else worth linking, put it here. If you've got a portfolio or something, put it in there. I would say I'm an aspiring front-end developer or something like that, or maybe even just copy and paste this. Say I'm a front-end developer specializing in React, Next.js and TypeScript, and that would be fine. Just add that onto here, and that would be good. Now let's have a look here, because you've done a really, really good job keeping this bio short, meaning that the pinned is visible. So let's have a look at these projects. MUI Data Analytical Dashboard, fantastic project. This one does so well with hiring managers. It's a great project to have as number one. So great job there. Next.js e-commerce store. Let's click on this. It's got a demo page. It's got a good description. Look at this. This is beautiful. Honestly, great job here. Next shop, curated pick, clean design. Okay, so I'm assuming this is a project you're probably working on. So we can go and shop projects. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I guess, I do remember this. This does work. So what I would do is improve this homepage. This is the first page that they go on. There's not much to go on here. Maybe have it so you go to the product page straight away, so you don't waste time on this page. But that's just some advice on this project. You're probably still working on it, but that's some food for thought. Yeah, otherwise, great job with your GitHub. Very happy with how this turned out. 3D landing page, very cool. Let's have a look at this one. Look at that. Hey, not bad at all. And it follows you around. A lot of fun. Alan, you've got a bunch of great projects in here. So let's go back here again. Code Switcher, MacBook Pro, these are all our projects. Guess the word, excellent. Right. So one thing I would note is that if you are going to put any of these up here, you should have a project on your GitHub to back that up. That's the kind of badge of honor for this to get up on this page. So just keep that in mind, because a hiring manager might bring that up in the future. So over time, try and get some projects up for each of these, even if it's just a Hello World boilerplate project, and just make it look really good like you have with these ones, and that will do really well. So yeah, great GitHub. Let's go and take a look at your LinkedIn. Absolutely excellent. Love this. Great here. Great banner. Great professional picture. Great bio. We've gone over this as well. You've got good featured projects here, which are links to your project, which makes a big difference. It shows that you're active on LinkedIn as well. It shows that you are in the Frontend Now internship and bootcamp. You've got a good recommendation. So GitHub, LinkedIn, perfect, absolutely amazing. Let's have a look at your resume. Yep, so you've used the format from my CV or my resume, which we spoke about, which is brilliant. You've put the skills at the top. That's fine. That also works. And you've gone into the projects. Yeah, brilliant. I love this. This is great. This is exactly the type of format and template that's going to get you jobs. So I love this a lot. Covering letter, 3 paragraphs, right down to the T. I'll probably reduce the spacing it. Maybe it's the format of the way it's being viewed in this PDF document. But I mean, that's not a super big issue. It's probably just how I'm viewing it in this window. Dear EBQ hiring team, I'm excited to apply for the web developer position at EBQ. I'm a junior web developer with a strong foundation in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, along with hands-on project experience using React, Next.js, and TypeScript. Okay, through my projects, I've built responsive websites and components. Maintainable code. I also understand how development supports marketing goals. Responsive templates. Interesting. SEO friendly structures, landing page optimizations. Okay, so this is where you're talking about. Okay, I'm trying to follow this part. I also understand how development supports marketing goals. Okay, so I guess this is. We'll have a look at the job spec in a moment to tie this because I know you've included that. But this is the only job that asked for a covering letter. So I understand we're only getting this one. I'm a fast learner who takes ownership. Excellent. Yes, obviously you've used a few of my lines here. Takes ownership of my work. I would add in there from start to finish. That's always a good one. So I take ownership from start to finish of anything I work on because I take, and you can elaborate further on that. Enjoy solving UX and performance challenges, and it's motivated. So all of these things you're writing here, they are going to ask you to back that up. What performance challenges have you improved? Well, you can say, well, I checked on Lighthouse, the speed to paint and the performance and all that stuff, and you could tie that all in. So you look on the performance tabs in the Chrome DevTools, and you try to get the first time to paint down a lot faster, and then they're going to ask you, well, what techniques do you use? And you could say lazy loading. You could say all kinds of things like that. You could say I use React and Next.js, which are very good for performance, and I use Vercel for hosting, which ties in really well with Next. There's a whole bunch of things you could do to answer this, but the thing is, when you put these things in here, you will get challenged on them. So just be aware of that. Otherwise, this is fantastic. This is not in a beggy tone. This is in a very respectful, this is what I can do for you. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. Fantastic. This is exactly what gets you hired. If I got this, I would set you as a shortlisted candidate straight away. No question at all. Let's have a look at EBQ. So this is a 45 grand job. This is a great opportunity to join a growing team to help create a website layout. Works with designers. So they've set the bar very realistic here. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is why you went in hard on these first and then added these in, like, as you also have them. So that's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, reading this, this is quite a reasonable job spec. Project management, CDN integration. So if you look at this list, everything they're mentioning here, you need to be aware of. So every single little technology they've mentioned, HubSpot, Drupal, PHP, WordPress, SQL, WordPress hooks. Like, do you know about WordPress hooks? Bluehost, DreamHost, Webflow, Adobe Suite. These are all things you should be studying your butt off and probably should have mentioned in the covering letter, because I don't think there's too many mentions of those here. So that's my bit of advice. When they ask for things that are desirable, don't add all of them because that just looks like you're ticking off a list, but just drop in a few. Just do a light bit of research and say, yeah, I know a little bit about this, a little bit about that. But don't make it too obvious you're just trying to, checklist everything. That's a little tip and technique that I use. And the thing is, it's the old saying of it's better to ask for forgiveness. It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. And that saying in this regards would be, you essentially say that you know something and go learn it in the background after. And if you join a job and you're not an expert in it, well, you can ask for forgiveness, but you do know a basic knowledge of it and you are going to get better, and you do get better because you work very hard to get better at it. that's the way I would approach this. So drop a few of these in here and make sure that you make the job spec, come through into your covering letter. But it's good that you kept it to 3 paragraphs. You don't want it to go on and on and on and on, just trying to do a checklist, which, is not useful. These are the jobs. Part-time junior Webflow developer. So yeah, you need to make sure the only way to really show this is if you have a portfolio that shows your Webflow projects, and maybe create a few Webflow projects on there, because I see a Webflow everywhere. It was in this job, it's in this job, so maybe worth having it on your portfolio. You just need a basic portfolio as a front-end engineer. You don't need anything super special just yet. Depends on the job you're going for. If you're going for a very creative job in a very big company or in a design agency, you probably need a really good portfolio. But it depends where you apply to. Sometimes you can get away with a basic one if the projects really stand out. Again, this is a very reasonable job in terms of, planning out what you'll be doing. And it tells you exactly what you'll be doing. Yeah, but that aside, obviously this has not got a covering letter attached to it, so there's not much advice I can give you other than there's a video I did on YouTube which shows you how to read job specs. So what I would suggest is go to Learn Frontend Now YouTube and go, if I can click it, go check out this video. So that is, most juniors miss this in every job application. And this essentially is, there you go. It teaches you how to read job specs properly. And this breaks down job specs, in particular ZipRecruiter, which is what you're using, and tells you all the hidden criteria and how to look at this properly. So go check out that video. I'll link it in Discord as well, but you can find it in YouTube. Anyway, I hope that was helpful, Alan. Any questions, let me know. But otherwise, thank you for sending this.